Hey guys, today is Saturday, the 6th of February 2016. So, just another video just to talk about what happened during the week and what's to come next. So today I'm just going to do it outside. It's nice weather, why not? And yeah, see how we go today. Now, I just want to just show you just the main currency pairs, and I'll do another separate video just for the stock market. So we'll just kick it off and let's have a look at the charts. All right. So Aussie USD. So last week when we when we spoke, I said that there was a potential for the market to actually move a little bit higher than what it looked like at the time. So if you drew down to the 4-hour chart, I think we were around about here, right? And we were looking for potential selling opportunity around this level here. But I did say that, this market looks to go a little bit higher than it looks, than it says on the chart, which it did. It had a bit of a rally due to the weakness in the US dollar. We got a massive rally. Fortunately, I didn't catch it. And we completed pretty much right on the 161 extension, right, which is a fib inversion setup. So that was an immediate short, right? No questions. So we took the short and we pretty much hit target one yesterday. So the trade got filled yesterday and hit target one yesterday. So what I expect to happen next is more downside. All right. So I'll show you what I mean by that. Now there is some weakness in the USD, so it's really hard to say right now. But I think the weakness in the USD was just temporary, but we'll see what happens over the coming weeks. So it's really hard to say where price might go. We'll just have to wait and see what the US comes out with for the next couple of weeks. Now, so I've drawn a trend line from here there. So what I expect is price to come back here, bounce off it a little bit, do a little bit of a retrace, and then roll back down again. All right, that's what I think will happen. We'll just have to wait and see. Again, wait for the confirmation. All right, I know I do it myself too. I get too impatient, so I jump into the trade knowing that it's going to go down. But then, in the process, I'm actually already risking being in initial loss, right, which can hurt a little bit psychologically. So better to wait for the confirmation, and the confirmation is basically just a break of this trend line. Okay. So that's it for the USD. But if we do go down further, right, we are looking very likely to go to the next leg down, which will basically put us into the the mid to high 60s zone. Okay, so something to keep an eye on there. Euro USD. Euro USD had a rally as well, right? Mainly, again, everything's been because of the US dollar, the weakness in the dollar. So I'll talk about that later in another video probably. But yeah, a crazy rally there. If you look on the daily chart there. Similar kind of setup to the Aussie USD, right? We have this trend line here that I've been eyeing for a long time for this test, right? Now, I think the Euro USD still has a bit more to go, and if it does, it's actually awesome because it lines up with a potential bat pattern, right? Completing at 1.13778. Okay, so that's a good shorting opportunity there, all right? And again, I think this one will roll over as well, and we're going to look at more weakness in the euro potentially. The euro have said for the last few weeks that they're going to be continuing their easing of the currency, so we expect it to be more weaker against the USD anyway. So that's already public already, so that's all good. GBP USD, pound USD. So we had a bat pattern completion, right? Pretty much right on the dot almost. It did pull back up a bit and almost stopped us out. But again, we've already close to hitting target one, so that one's a good trade. Where to from there, I don't know. I'll have to update you during the week if I get anything interesting. Now, pound Aussie. This was an interesting trade. So, if you watched the pound Aussie video that I did last week, right? So you've noticed I've marked two channels here. So you got the channel in the daily, right? So you got price action moving as so. And then if you go down a lower time frame, like the 4 hour or the 1 hour, I've marked another channel, okay, which also has a harmonic move. Now, what I was hoping for at the time, price was kind of like here, right, at this level here. So what I was hoping for was that price would, come back down, retrace back to this level here for an entry, right? That would give me a good risk reward simply because you've got a structure here. You've got structure here, so I would have placed my stops about there, right? So my risk reward would have been pretty damn good. And because this one trades very inversely against the Aussie dollar, and we know that the Aussie dollar is going to be weak for some time, we know, like, this is a done deal trade. Like, we know that this is going to keep going up, right? So that's what I was hoping for, but we didn't get that. What happened was price just kept going, and hit some resistance here and it's pulled back, and it didn't pull back further down enough for us. It kept going, and it's kind of basically gone back to where it made its highs. So basically, there's two things you can do from here, right? I'd still like to wait for this entry here, but there's also a cipher pattern that I'll redraw it again. I think it was. Let me just double check. I think it was this one here. Just A to B, and B to C. It was something like this. You're gonna have to measure it yourself and find out again for me. But there's a cipher pattern here. So what you could do, right, is you can look for bearish signals, right? It's more likely for price to potentially go here than come back down here, right? So if it goes up first, you can say, well, if it goes up, I'm looking for bearish signals, right? Bearish entries. And the cipher pattern here is a perfect one to look for a shorting opportunity, right? Whereas if the market does kind of almost double top here and then reverse back down, then there is an opportunity to look for a long entry. Now, because it trades very inversely with the Aussie dollar, you know that just by looking at the chart I showed you previously of the Aussie dollar, you know that there's a high likelihood that it's going to go down, right? And I'll bring up the chart again. Actually, I can do it here and show you what I kind of mean. I won't spend too much time on it because, I've got a few other things I want to show you as well. So, that's the 4 hour. Okay, I'll go to the Aussie dollar. Damn it. Hold on. So, GBPAUD. Alright. This is the 4 hour as well, I believe. Yep, 4 hour. So like I said, we're kind of hoping for a bounce off the trend line and then back down. So you know that the initial move, right, on Monday is going to be something like this, right? And back down again, right? So you know that the first move, there's a high likelihood that pound Aussie's first move will be likely to go down, right? Which is in line with this because we're hitting a structure level, right? A key structure level, so likely that we're going to get a rejection, right? If we follow that principle, we get a rejection, then the next move we assume would be that the Aussie market rolls over, right? So if it rolls over, that means that GBP will roll over, will reverse, right? And potentially break above this level here, right? And if it does, it's going to keep going, right? So that's something to look at too. That's why I like looking at I love trading these two pairs because there's a lot of strategies you can build around this, right? There's heaps you can try. But anyways, I'll leave it at that. So that's my analysis of that. But yeah, I'm thinking we're looking at strong pound Aussie, at least for some time, I think. So what else was there? well, not really. I don't need to show you the other pairs. I'll show you. I'll go straight to the energy and commodities. Oil again, very risky to trade. I would stay out of this one. If you're going to trade this one, you only look for shorting opportunities. So shorting off the retrace. All right. So as price reverses and comes back up, I'd be looking for shorting opportunities. And for this example, you've got a cipher pattern as well. So I mean a Gartley pattern, which is in line with structure. Okay. There's also a fib inversion within this area too. So you've got multiple confirmations to put for a short. I don't know how far this will go down. I do have a number, but I'm not going to tell you right now because I'm not 100% sure yet. But oil looks to be very weak for now. Okay. Gold is doing finally, making a move. Now, it's still early days, right? But we're finally crossed above the trend line. We break above it. Now what we expect to see, right, is a pullback, right? So over the next probably few days, a week, you will see gold pull back, right? To where, I'm not too sure yet, but that's just normal market behavior, okay? Nothing to bad gold about. If it reverses, it's just normal. You can't just keep going up. But this is going to be the key level, this 1190 area. If we break above this and close above this on the daily, that's going to signal a potential trend change, okay? From potential bearish to bullish, right? Now, gold's been bearish for years now, right? So it's going to be an important milestone for gold, right? There's other levels here I've marked as potential selling points or target points, but don't have to worry about that for now. Or the most important bit here is just this level here, right? So what I expect to see is gold to retrace over the next few days, a week or so, and kind of play around with this area here before it is ready to make the next move. Okay. Now silver's also finally made the move as well, and I'm very interested in silver. Silver's got a fair bit of way to go before it kind of touches this level that we want to see, right? Which is 1630s. But there's another hidden level, support resistance level, at 1556 that I want to see cross. This one's actually very important. So I'd like to see a cross above this first, and then we can look for that area there. But we're looking good. So far these are looking good, right? So so I'll leave it at that there. I don't think there's any other pairs I need to look at. We might as well have to look at the US dollar quickly, I guess. Alright, there was some weakness. Now, the dollar's, I'll talk about it in the next video. But you can see here, the dollar, this is the bullish wedge pattern we've been watching. You see the breakout and then the pullback. Now, this is interesting now. As it's pulled back, it's put in another kind of pattern as well. So we get another kind of, hard to say at the moment. It's kind of like a flag pattern there, right? So this is a bearish flag pattern. So we got that. We got the break. Price has gone down, right? Now the question is, what next, right? I don't know, to be honest. This is kind of one of those things I haven't seen before. But it's right at structure, right? It's right at a structure level. Right? So what I expect to see is a bounce off this level here. Now potentially what we could see is it bounces back up, some strength in the USD, and then when it gets up to about this level here, most likely it will just roll over again. Now where it goes from there is hard to say. So we're just going to play this day in, one day at a time and see what happens. But I do still see higher USD prices, alright, for now, okay? And that's it from me, I think. I'll do another video and I'll talk about the stock market, so that will be done now, and then I'll upload that later. So yeah. Alright guys, have a good day, have a good weekend, and I'll talk to you soon. Cheers.